Celestials. Yay. Good morning, Celestials. Welcome to another day of Self-Love Live, where I'm loving myself live in the mix for 2026. Today we are on day 30. I've showed up for 30 days straight for a live. I'm so excited and so grateful to be able to be here. And yes, I am loving my life. The more love I put in, the more I love it. And the more it just, you love the love and the love grows and the love is so amazing. So I'm so grateful for that. And I have grown so much during this season. So much did I grow during Leo season. Today, it is officially Virgo season. Leo season is over. Leo season is a season of vibrance, of love, of warmth, of sunshine, it's a season of, well, I guess for Australia, it's a cold season. I just now thought of that. But yeah, Leo season is a fire season. It's a fiery season. So, Leo season is about putting your passions out there into the universe and just not even holding back, just putting it all out there. And then Virgo season is about organizing your, like Leo season is all about being passionate and putting that passion out into the universe. And then Virgo season is coming back down to earth, organizing your life and creating room for those passions to be able to be brought back to you. So that's what Virgo season's about versus Leo season, at least for me. And that's how I run my life and stuff. I mean, you guys can say that it's all bullwalk, but it doesn't matter because I mean, I'll still be like, oh yeah, back in Virgo season in 2024, I did that. And people were like, when that? And I'm like, oh, it was the beginning of Virgo season, August of 2024, you know, like, because that's how I tell time. I tell time with the astrology seasons. I like it. I mean, God really did. He was like, this is my system. And I was like, okay. I do see it has been hijacked throughout the years for sure. But I mean, I feel like I was led to the system. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk about today. That's not what I'm trying to get into. I do not want to get into debunking astrology at all. But yeah, so this live has just kind of taking on a little voice of its own kind of thing. I remember last year for the lives, I really did focus on the theme of love. And I've been doing this, you guys, for now 6 years. I have 6 years of Leo season self-love lives. And this is the first year that I did it on the Celestial Grove channel, though. So if you guys want to see any of my past year lives to see where I've come from and how far I've come, you can check out the Mystic Hillbilly YouTube channel. Which, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. It's embarrassing for me for people to watch that kind of stuff. But I've turned Mystic Hillbilly into a gaming channel. So, I mean, you have to dig to find it. You have to want to, I guess. Hello, good morning. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday and a wonderful start to your Virgo season. It's now time to organize, and that's what I'm going to be getting to is my fall cleaning. You know, we have spring cleaning. I think Virgo season is a perfect time for fall cleaning, and I'm so excited. So, the themes that this live has taken on, and it took on these themes because of people that showed up for the live, and they talked to me, and I'm so grateful for them. Hello, good morning. So, we have been working on, or I have been have had with the first time whenever I was 2. And then we moved into whenever I was 5 and I was going to church and they were preaching their thing. You know, you've got to ask Jesus into your heart. You gotta, or you're gonna go to hell. You're gonna burn forever. It's awful. You gotta do it. And so my little 5-year-old self was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Like, I already know Jesus is with me, but I was like, okay, I'll ask him into my heart. And I didn't tell nobody. And then a couple of years later, I was 8 and I was going to Bible school, and one of my friends, it was, you know, another one of those times, gotta ask Jesus into your heart or you're gonna burn in hell forever. And she was like, I really want to, will you stay with me? And I was thinking to myself, I've already done this, so I can stay with her. I can stay with her and, you know, give her company. And so because I stayed with her, I also said the prayer. And then they brought up everybody who said the prayer in Bible school into the big church on Sunday. And like, we got praised and celebrated for it. And I was like, whoa, I didn't know you're supposed to tell everybody. I didn't tell everybody the first time, And so I began to feel like, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I wasn't quite sure, but every single time the preacher was like, you have to ask Jesus in your heart, I was like back up there being like, let's do this. Let's celebrate me. I'm ready. But, sorry, I was reading the comments, but they're not making sense to me. So I don't know. But, so yeah, after 8, I did go up to the altar a couple more times to ask Jesus into my heart. And then my aunt told me, she was like, you don't have to always do that. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I became a very, 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 very devout Christian, extremely devout Christian. I carried my Bible everywhere. I remember my great grandma said, you better learn that and memorize it because there's going to come a day when they take it from you. And I took that seriously. I took it so seriously. I was like, yeah, I'm going to have to memorize this Bible. And I did. Man, from like the age of 9 to 11, if I had any free time, I was reading that Bible. I was reading that Bible. And then we come to age 11, I get baptized, and I had my second encounter with Jesus. My first encounter, I was 2 years old, and it was a near-death experience. Like, if you guys want to see that, it's yesterday's. The second encounter was, the thing about me is I actually lived 3 lives. I would go to my mom's house, I would go to my dad's house, and I would go to my grandma's house. My grandma's house is where we had Southern Baptist, and that's where I felt at home. I so leaned into the Christian side so heavy. And my mom's house was a hippie house, and she was very not anti-Christian. And but they showed love there. And like all my Christian side would say that the people at my mom's house are evil because, they would read cards and they knew astrology and stuff like that, but they were so loving and so kind. And everybody at my grandma's house at the Southern Baptist Church, man, they are, I want to say evil, but I don't want to say that. They're very gossiping and look, the people at my grandma's house at the Southern Baptist, they will smile to your face. And then they will go and talk mad-ish behind your back. They will ruin opportunities. They can ruin your life. They were a part of ruining my mom's life, but I didn't see it back then. But the ones at my mom's, if they have a problem with you, they will tell you to your face. And then if they're talking behind your back, they're talking good behind your back. They're like, no reason to ruin them. They did the best that they could, da-da-da-da-da. So that was the difference that's the difference that I noticed as an adult looking back. But whenever I was in it, I really did. I full-heartedly believed that because they had cards and because of astrology and because of anything else that they were doing at the hippie house, that they were going to hell, and I didn't want to go to hell. So I was very much into it. And then, so as you know, I was always reading my Bible. And so whenever I'd go to my mom's, I was very much in depth. Like I would just surround myself with prayer and Bible study and just prayer and Bible study. Like I didn't want to do anything. And I remember my brother wanted to go fishing, and I decided to go fishing with him. And I took my Bible, and I wasn't going to go fishing. I was just going to sit by the lake, read my Bible, and enjoy it. And who shows up? Jesus, right beside me. And he's just helping me understand the scriptures. And it felt so natural. Like it felt right. I don't know. It just felt, I don't know. It wasn't a physical man. It was like what I call the ascended Jesus. It was like His spirit was right there with me. But the thing is, after we went home, my brother was like, who was that guy with you? And I was like, oh, that was Jesus. You know, like for me, I don't know, at my young age, I was 11. It felt so right and natural. And he was literally explaining to me like what he meant by certain words. And I can't remember at all what it was back then, but it was like a Bible study with Jesus. And he was like right there with me. And like, I don't know, it's just, I always felt like he was there with me. I always felt like he was there, but I never seen his appearance right there with me like that before until I was 11. I was 11 years old, and I can remember it clear as day where I was sitting out by the dock. I had my Bible out, and he just appears to me and talks to me, and I just talk to him because at that young age, I didn't know to be like, you're Antichrist, get away from me, or anything like that the Christians are going to teach me later. But at that age, I was just like, yeah, you know, what's up, Jesus? You want to hang out and explain this to me? Let's do this. You know, let's have our own little Bible study together. That's just kind of how it felt like. And I don't know. I'm grateful for that experience in a lot of ways. So that was my next encounter with Jesus. I've had multiple throughout my life. I'm 42. We're going to keep on going. I got more days ahead. I got more days to talk about it. So we will get there. And yeah, that's my self-love for today and my second appearance with Jesus, my second interaction with what I call the ascended Jesus. So, and also I find it very interesting today because, you know, I read through the scriptures all the time. I'm constantly reading scriptures. And whenever I say scriptures, I don't just mean Christian scriptures. I mean religious scriptures. If there is a group of people on earth that say these are scriptures, you know, this is our holy writing, I'm like, let me read it. Let me read it. I want to read it. So anyway, where I'm at right now in my scripture reading, which I'll go through the Bible. I'll go through the Bible, I'll go through other ones, and then I come back around and let's do it again, because it doesn't matter how many times you read the Bhagavad Gita. Each and every time it is like a living word. It gives you new information, new, you know, it is so beautiful. Like it is like brand new. And it's the same way with the Bible. It's the same way with, you know, all the other stuff. So where I'm at right now, though, is I was reading Acts, and I was reading about Jesus appearing to his disciples after his death. And I don't know, it really felt like, see, the resurrection and the second coming has already happened. I don't know. Don't get me lying to you. It's just how I felt this morning reading the scriptures. I was like, and I mean, I do understand. I've studied the theology in depth, and I understand that scriptures can mean one thing and the other. It can mean one thing and the other. It's not an or. It can be and. So it can mean that Jesus did appear, ascended to his disciples right after, and that was his return. But then, yeah, he does leave again. I mean, I haven't got that far. Yeah. I mean, I'm right there. But anyway, he is going to leave again and say that he's going to return again. So, yeah. Yeah, I understand. I'm not trying to confuse anyone. I feel like I have. So, but yeah, Jesus did appear in his ascended form to the disciples after his death. And I imagine that that's the form that he continues to appear to me with and in, is the same one that he was appearing to them. And I guess whenever he comes back, I believe that Jesus coming back is the Christ rising within us all. And I think that we still have a ways to go. But yeah, I don't know. Those are just my thoughts this morning. And I'm not trying to, I know it's like Celestial Grove Academy, but this is like my self-love, get to know the lady behind the scenes kind of thing. And Yeah, I don't know. I know that Jesus, like, it reminded me that Jesus did appear to his disciples in that ascended form. I don't know. So it feels like it's possible. I don't think that it means that he's not coming back, but I know that a Stargate will be opening in 2031, between 2031 and 2033. And I would love to teach you guys about Stargates and how to know about that. But oh well, today's a live day, and I guess we're going to be talking about Jesus during this live, which I'm not mad about, because Jesus is a wonderful master of love. He walked the way of love very well, and yeah, I think that it's a good thing. It happens for a reason. I have a lot of time this morning. You guys can tell I'm not rushing it. All right, beloveds. I guess that's all I got for us today. Yeah. Come join me tomorrow morning. I'll tell you about my next experience with the ascended Jesus and how that went. And yeah. I'm going to continue to love myself today. I'm going to believe in a higher love, the possibility of a higher love, and I'm going to protect my ability to believe in that higher love in my life. So I hope that you're willing to believe in a higher love in your life, and you're willing to protect it too. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys have a wonderful time and a happy Sunday. I know that this world needs you and it needs your love. So walk in love out there, my friends.